tell you what. First, I want to thank our seniors. Guys have really put a lot of hard work into this football team, and guys, gave it everything that they had. And my hat goes off to this guy. I got a lot of respect for our seniors and what they've done, laying the foundation for how we're going to play football here and staying with it. And we didn't finish the way we wanted to finish tonight, but I got a lot of respect for the football team. I told them to keep their heads up, and I just really want to thank our seniors. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to coach this particular group of guys, and I'm very, very proud of this group for a lot of things that they've done. Our record doesn't necessarily reflect everything about this particular football team. So, moving forward, we know what we need to do. We know what we need to do in recruiting. We know what we need to do in our off-season program, in our fourth quarter conditioning program, in our nutrition, in the weight room, scheme evaluation. We know exactly what needs to be done, and we're not going to take any days off in getting that done. And so this is just a starting point for us. We know exactly where we are in this league and what we need to do. And so I just really want to I want to thank our seniors and the families and the parents of our seniors who have put a lot of work into this football program.
We talked all week about the physicality of this game and what was going to be needed for that. I know this game got away from you, but were you pleased with that aspect of it?
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be a physical game, and we were able to match that. That was not an issue for us. It was more about execution. I mean, it was not I didn't feel like we were overwhelmed by their physicality or anything like that. And and I thought, early in the game, I thought that we were dominant, in some areas, and so we just need to have more discipline to do our jobs on a consistent basis.
Even though the last three quarters didn't go your way today, just this last 3-game stretch, is this something you feel like can kind of propel you guys into the offseason?
Yeah, I mean, our culture is starting to take hold, with our guys. You can see the shift in, how we play, being able to run the ball, stop the run. You see flashes of what we can do on defense. We got a lot of young players that have got a lot of valuable experience. They've gotten better throughout the season, and I feel like I believe that we have the right coaching staff here to be able to get the job done with our players, on and off the field. I feel like we have the right coaching staff to be able to go out and recruit and get the players that we need to be able to win championships here. And our players in our program, our returning players, they see it. They see and they've experienced and they know, okay, now this is what we need to do. This is what's required, and we're going to compete at the highest levels in this league and throughout this country. And so right now it's just a matter of just rolling our sleeves up. I mean, this is just the beginning for us, in my mind, in terms of our program and the direction we're headed.
There's a lot of mistakes on the punt team throughout this season. Tonight, obviously, it was huge. How big in your mind was the mistakes on the punt team?
Yeah, we had some issues in our kicking game. I mean, just mishandling the ball, things like that. We rolled out right, but our coverage released to the left, and so we gave them a return. And then obviously, I think we missed 3 or 4 tackles on their long punt return touchdown. So. Again, you got to give credit to Utah. I mean, the guy's been there 15 years. He's got a good program. He's built a good program. He's got good players, and whatever they play hard, and that's what I would expect from this type of team. But again, there's a lot of things that we could have done better in the game, and we're going to have to look at those things, make sure we get them cleaned up, make sure they never happen again, and then we're going to build on the positive that we had in this game, and then down the stretch.
Coach, through the first 3 quarters, you guys were 0-7 on the 3rd down. Do you feel like that was kind of the biggest factor in not being able to make progress through the 2nd and 3rd quarter?
Yeah, it's hard to sustain drives. It's impossible to sustain drives and score points if you can't convert on 3rd down. And so, and the same thing on defense. If you can't get off the field on third down, then they're going to continue to drive the ball, control the ball, and then eventually score. And so you can see that on both sides of the ball in the game.
Obviously, next man up, not having Mikael Owen back there has been, kind of your quarterback of the defense. How much did that impact things first off, and then can you talk about the effort of Lucas Cooper?
Yeah, first, Mikael has done a great job for us, man. The guy came in, grad transfer from SMU, came in, really added, to our football team, maturity, defensive, experience, and he did a great job. He did a great job for us all year, and so I know he really wanted to play in this game. He was not able to do that, and it's next man up. Lucas Cooper steps in and gives us everything he's got. And we don't make excuses for guys, because of injuries and the guys not being able to play. Nobody cares about that. And our players understand that. You say, okay, now you're the next guy up. You get an opportunity to go in there and play. And he gave us what he had. He threw his body around. He was physical in the game, and he competed. He competed his butt off, and that's what I expect out of him.
Jaron Mangham has been a part of the run game all year. Didn't run all tonight. Is he not available?
Yeah, he was available. He played on special teams. And so it was just kind of the way that the flow of the game went, and obviously Fano was a good player, and he got the ball, and he made some plays. So we got no issues there.
When you get to see a program like Utah up close, do you get to learn from it almost and see sort of what you are trying to build in a program, physical, like works the entire game? Do you take anything away from that, just seeing it right there?
Not really. I already know what we got to do. That's not the first time I've seen that type of football team. And as a matter of fact, I'm used to seeing that type of football team week in and week out. So I knew what to expect, and I know where we need to go. I knew where we needed to go before I got here, in terms of what type of team we need to build. In terms of physicality and how we need to recruit, and what type of players we need to have, and what type of structure we need to have, and discipline and culture. That doesn't have anything to do with Utah.
You've talked about Steven a lot this year, but I know it doesn't mean a lot right now, but he broke the all-time passing record tonight. Can you just talk again about what he's meant to you in your first year as he goes out?
Yeah, okay. So Steven, like I've said before, he's a good football player, and I have a lot of respect for him in the way he competes. He's got really good arm talent, and he's gotten better, in what we were asking him to do in this particular offense this season. He embraced our new staff. He worked well with Jay Johnson, and I saw him emerge. I saw his leader. I saw him grow as a leader on our team as well. And just how he went about his business, how he helped his teammates. And that's a credit to him. Having multiple offensive coordinators, and then just having the character to be able to embrace our new coaching staff and work with Jay Johnson in our offense and learn and get better. And I believe that he'll have a shot at the next level. And I think we'll look back on him at some point and see that that he was a pretty good player, and did some really good things for us.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, guys.